Welcome to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today, as you guys can see, I have a mystery box. Well, let's open it up and see what we got for a review today. Because these are the all-new Saucony Peregrine 11. Check this out. Let me take out this out of the box, get the box out of the way. Now, these are very popular on Amazon, and there are a few reasons why. First of all, these are very comfortable, very lightweight, excellent outsole. I mean, really, as good as it can be, and surprisingly very affordable. Yes, can you believe that? Of everything that is going crazy through the roof, construction materials, gas, groceries, whatever, everything's going out. It's really nice to see something that is more or less affordable, although $82 currently on Amazon is still not cheap, but considering for the quality, for the outsole, for everything that the trail running shoe provides, it is actually pretty good, believe it or not, compared to other competition that is out there. So, it was a little bit of an intro for you guys, for those who are in the rush. If you don't have time to watch the whole review, get these. They are good, no problems there. The Amazon link is in the description below. But if you have time to watch the whole review, let's get into it. As some of you already know, this is not just a regular shoe review. This review is specifically for my Ultimate Survival boots section, which honestly I probably should already rename into Ultimate Survival shoes, because there's everything: shoes, boots, whatever, even sandals I reviewed a couple times. So there's everything in the section. Meaning that if this was the shoe that you were wearing and something bad happened and you were surviving, you had to walk for miles, you had to run, you had to climb, you had to fight, you had to do all of these things. Would they be good? Would they contribute to your survival? Or would they get you killed? Well, how do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin. Criteria number 1, comfort level. And in order to test the comfort level of all the boots and shoes that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run and then a 5-mile walk, non-stop, no pauses in between, and then I continue wearing the shoes, or boots for that matter, for the rest of the day, so that the total wear time is about 8 hours. Like I said, I love the comfort level of these shoes. There are a few factors that contribute to that comfort level. Let's start with the first one: weight. Grabbing my scale over here, and this is size 10, and size 10 is, let's see if I can guess, I would say probably around 11.5 ounce. Let's see. Wow, I'm good. I am good. No, that's not 17. That really is 11.5 ounce. So that's what happens when you review like 300 freaking shoes, boots, or whatever on the on YouTube. You get pretty good. You know what? From now on, I'll just start trying to guess stuff. 11.5 is really good. Now, whenever it comes to the weight in general, to give you reference numbers, let me tell you, you are looking for something under 20 ounce. The more under 20 ounce it is, the lighter it's going to feel. The more over 20 ounce, now you're getting into the heavyweight category. Obviously now, if you're walking for extended periods of time, if you're running, now you start getting that fatigue from the weight on your feet. So 11.5 is obviously way below the 20, but keep in mind, 20 ounce mark is more for the boots, okay? For shoes, I expect not more than 15 ounce. If your shoes are more than 15 ounce, you have a little bit too much going on. Closer to 10 ounce, so half of that 20. So keep in mind, this is really good considering the outsole, considering the protection from the outsole. This is a quality rubber, and the tough, dense quality rubber will always be a little bit on the heavier side. Just keep that in mind. But really good weight. Let's move on to the flexibility of the outsole. Another thing that contributes or takes away from the comfort level. Check this out. It is not too floppy. It's it has a good amount of stiffness, just like you want it, but at the same time, it's nice and flexible. The creasing is no problems there. It's very good, soft fabric, so you're not going to have any problems from the pressure point here. And you can run properly without any problems because the outsole is flexible enough. Let's move on to the inner sole. I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to show it to you. And check this out. This is a very nice form-fit inner sole. I noticed that Saucony, they are very good at making a really good inner soles. So we have a very good arch support here. We have a very distinct heel bed, 4mm offset, decent amount of cushioning, but once you remove the inner sole, you have another layer. Yes, this yellow thing right here is another layer of very nice, firm, jelly, basically protective layer that protects you from impact. So basically, if you're running properly, no problems. You run for 5 miles and now you're tired, now your form is getting sloppy, so now you're putting some pressure on the heels. That would transfer the stress on the ankles, stress on the knees, right? So this gives you extra protection from that impact. Really good. Saucony, great job, guys. Now, padding wise, we have padding in the tongue, padding in the shaft, padding here in the heel. Throughout the shoe, you have everything is very soft, very comfortable. The very front of the toe cap, obviously going to be a little bit on the harder side. Keep that in mind. That's why it's important to get this in the right size, but we'll talk about the sizing later. So, comfort-wise, great job, Saucony. Nailed it. Let's move on to the criteria number 2, proofing and protection. Okay, these are not waterproof, which is completely fine. I'm not really a fan of waterproof shoes per se. I feel like it's a little bit overkill, unnecessary expense, because you don't really have much clearance for waterproofing anyway. As long as they dry up pretty quickly, that's good for me, and these should dry up pretty quickly because the fabric is very light. Now, whenever it comes to the protection, you have a little bit of extension of the outsole going in front of the toe, so pretty good on the rocky road. Don't drop anything on the top. There's a little bit of kind of reinforcement going here, but it's still soft, so don't drop anything. Obviously, nothing in the ankles. Your heel is fairly soft, and of course, you have very decent amount of protection from the bottom. So overall, for a hiking shoe, trail running shoe, this is definitely good enough. Let's move on to the criteria number 3, quality and the design features. Quality-wise, the Amazon link is in the description below. Click on it, check it out. More than 360, already almost 73, probably by the time you click on it, it's going to be like 400. 5-star reviews. So people do love these shoes, and I mean, I can see why. They're lightweight, they're comfortable, they're very straightforward, nothing crazy, nothing silly, and they're fairly affordable, which we'll talk about the price later. But speaking of the design features, nothing crazy over here. We have our lacing system. It's just let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regular holes. You have 7th one if you want extra retention. Flat, thin strings. I'm not a fan of these, but they work fine, and they are basically a weight saver, right? No hardware, nothing heavy. So I can't complain about that. That's fine. They save the weight. Let's move on to the criteria number 4, outsole traction and stability. So whenever I do my run and my walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces, starting with an older asphalt, then the newer tarmac, then dry sand, dry grass, wet grass, rocky road, trail surface, and then there's some concrete, marble tile, rubber, and the rock wall. So this performs great on really everything. It's a fantastic outsole, as good as it can be. Now, it's more on the aggressive side, even though it's flat. These grooves are very, very aggressive, which I personally like. I prefer to have the outsole more towards aggression than the flatness. In my experience, those kind of outsoles that are more on the aggressive side, they just tend to work better on more, being more versatile, right? Being just good on larger variety of different surfaces. Now, there's really no point of talking about ice and snow here, because this is a shoe. It's not waterproof, it's not insulated, so pointless. And might as well, let's move on to the criteria number 5, temperature. Pointless to talk about cold, but in the heat, that's where I was testing them, 95 degrees here in Florida. Nice and breathable. Just fine, just perfect, no problems there. Let's move on to the criteria number 6, sizing. These are true to the size, but I would recommend getting half a size bigger so that you have a little bit of extra space in the toe box. Just because you don't want to touch, especially on the run or on a longer hike, you don't want your toe touching from the inside, the toe box, because that can create fatigue pretty quickly. Let's move on to the criteria number 7, balance of application. So, if this really was your ultimate survival shoe, you were trail running and something bad happened on you, or you were sitting in the house, something bad happened, and that's what you put on, and now that's it, this is your only option. Would this be good? If you're a runner if your strategy, if your survival strategy is to just be as light, as fast, as mobile as possible, you don't really have any weight on you, nothing. You just put on the shoes and you run and you run and you run and you run until you get to the safety. This right here is a great option. It's a fantastic option because they really are the runners. They are comfortable, they are lightweight, they have excellent outsole that I would trust. I mean, really on anything. I would run with this outsole, I would run on anything without any kind of problems. And considering how light these are and how awesome the inner sole is, I can easily do half a marathon in this, not easily, obviously. I'm gonna be dead by the end of it. I'm gonna be dead by the end of the half marathon, but not because of the shoes, because when you cover those types of distances, right, what the shoes basically, they determine how bad your feet gonna hurt regardless. Your muscles gonna hurt regardless because you're putting so much effort into it. But it makes that difference of how your feet feel. Are they tired from simply that impact running, or are they tired because the shoes, are they beat up, are they messed up because the shoes were just crap? That's not the case here. This is really, really good. So I'm really happy with this. And the very last criterion is criterion number 8, the price. $82, $82.99 currently on Amazon. The link is in the description below. In fact, these do have Prime try before you buy, so you can actually get them without paying and trying them out, see how they work for you, which honestly I do like. I recommend it. Check it out. It's a pretty good feature. But $82, I think it's a great price. Honestly, today, if you're looking for a decent hiking shoe, trail running shoe, I mean, you're looking like 120, 130. That's where the prices start, which is ridiculous. It's freaking crazy. So it's great to see something that is finally within more or less, at least within the $100 range, and actually good quality, good outsole, good comfort, lightweight, and good quality build. Not some cheap whatever crap, but actually, I wanted to say, let's see, it's men's. Doesn't really say where they're made anywhere. I wonder where they're made. Saucony, made in China. Okay, so they're made in China. I want to say some Chinese crap, but yes, these are made in China. So there you go. But at the end of the day, even Salomon's fantastic. My favorite boot. In fact, my number one so far ultimate survival boot choice, Salomon, and they're made in China. So it's really hard to judge based on that. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about the shoe? What do you think about this review? If you have any suggestions or requests for review, drop them in the comments below and I'll be happy to address them. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This was Ultimate Survival Gear. I'll see you guys in the next video.